95. Be anxious-free. Worldly frustrated cannot do anything. Who think that he will be able to do it this world and after world both, he gains. Unsuccessful person may become frustrated. Frustrated person cannot see and understand problems of real life with reality. At this stage man expose aggressiveness. Frustration rise to the mind of weak person. Indiscipline is created within the person's mind depending on a particular environment and situation. So to avoid frustration we should have sufficient morale and courage. Keep hope, ear and mind, keep on rest and rescued from tension. And wise and good man never suffer from frustration. Frustration is the root of all defeat. Who become weak-hearted by frustration, no step of them can bring success. Any shadow, whether that is thin, will make wave inspiring mind like thronging stone into the water. That unrestness cannot stop easily. As you do not dream, so you need not to be frustrated. Man meet the price by frustration of fixing any unachievable aim. The hope of light is raised to the human history will be uttered up to the final destruction. But point of that hope is shouting of people as fearful for unavoidable ruin. Under each hope the shout of frustration is heard. If we see, not only socially, politically, being philosophically frustration is found. Frustration is a very deep thing than hope. All hope and expectation and dream and endeavor are destroyed through death. Dead person has no hope and expectation. Small hope brings good relaxation. Hope cheats people more than the wicked person. Inordinate ambition support or ruin their peace even they cannot sustain. Moving around the unexpectation those people are more lost. Not be frustrated, try to be achieved target and not lie before that. Do not be frustrated, that will reduce your long-livedness. Do not be frustrated otherwise you will never be on the justice. Be less interested about biological demands. Be engaged with the delights with your soul and be sincere to your ideology. Be patient and satisfied in all situations and don't be worried. Obey the directives of Allah and believe that you can't undo the decisions of Allah. Anxiety and misery are matters of self-measurement. Besides this they becomes with excellent temper, mind of alertness and having cheerful mind. Firm determination be detached through studied facts, do not worried. Me and mine in order to this dishonestness bring worries. Tension attacks in order to lack of confidence. People of anxieties think more on material issues than basic activity. Rescuing from uncounted anxiety is best than with under pressure of lots of wealth. Scattered meaningless thoughts are delivery home of anxiety. Anxiety comes from thought. Anxiety is a bad habit only. When person becomes 12-legged from the second leg then many anxieties spread in the brain. The virus of thought makes weak his health and mind. If we want to stop our thought and enjoy our life, then the easy way of that is to make accounts of happiness rather sorrowness. Anxiety cannot solve problem. Who cannot control anxiety they cannot live long. Who can prevent anxiety they can live long. Whether you want to be rescued from anxiety, enter into heavy duty and responsibility. Fear, anxiety, extreme selfishness and not coping with the situation are reason of more diarrhea disease and dysentery. Heart is ruined by anxiety and increased pressure of blood. Anxiety is the cause of collapseness. Anxiety ruins the belly and digestion, cough and other cold and diabetes are born. Anxiety makes appearance very bad. Hairs started to ripen fastly. The glossy of skin is destroyed. Many marks have been exposed at various parts of the body. It is difficult to own exposed during anxiety. Thoughts flow in between lonely world of anxiety. Anxiety itself is not a disease, but it is indicators of many other diseases. Anxiety has hundreds of teeths. Anxiety rise among sound of man in unnatural silent of nature. When life is disvalued, then certainly death is assumed as the best. Man cannot die by extreme labor, but man dies by irrelevancy and discipline and anxiety. Minds is bound to think with the issues, not get any exemption. That is called anxiety. Anxiety ruins power of attention. The only great medicine of anxiety is to business, to do good acts. We can overcome storm of life, battle and collision of cool wind, but little anxieties which we can kill by 2 fingers, but we defeated by that. That person is really depressed who has no good thought. Thought means to solve problem, anxiety means meaningless ruins of madness. Man is fallen under various problems, try to think solve problem or problems but do not anxiety. If we get peace to each work, if get enjoyment at each boringness work, then we shall be rescued from anxiety. Miseries never will come if you do work without addiction. Which comes in mind, prevented that with analyzing by strong will. Abolished all causes of thoughts. More or less thoughts are excluded, good thinking wins by wisdom. If we think more, then we become sad. Do think, do not anxiety, do ideation but not worries. If we think misery then become sad. If we think fear only, then we shall be afraid. If we think about disease then may become Illinois. Removing of bad thinking from mind is necessary rather than removing abscess or tumor from body. Thought and funeral fire are the same, but funeral fire is good, as it kills by burning. Thoughts disturbs whole of life. Thinking increases thoughts. Thoughts of poor, thoughts of helpless cling the mind as like the roots of banyan tree spread to the broken temple. Led daily life leaving load of vast thoughts, future anxiety and weakness. The wise men enjoy daily life leaving behind loneliness and all fear of want. Because of to alive one day at a time is not so hard. Life is for enjoyment, each and every event of the moment of daily life it has to enjoy. How much year we shall leave. Within this time you make anxiety with many things which will not occur within the year or nobody will keep it mind. Sometimes unexpected event happens, again which was about to happen, that does not take place. On an average accident is rarely happened. Only be happy for today's peace, happiness and cheerfulness. Because of happiness is of inner cycle, there is no relationship of it with outer. Take care of health, to take necessary training with attention, strengthen your mind. Help neutrally solve today's problem by removing all problem. Act as per program. Take rest for certain time and meditate real situation. Make prayer, be brave and be confident. The negative attitude like poverty, within a man's mind creates more distress for him than a war or a plague. Do not make accounts of sorrow, make accounts of happiness for each day. When you suffer mentally from worldly affairs, divert your mind towards something else and try to understand the cause of your sufferings with a neutral attitude and try to recover from the sufferings. To remove anxiety, studying the event neutrally, to be reached in the conclusion and to be acted immediately with that opinion. The event of disturb, negative event should be forgotten. Think over point by point about your worries and try to forget it. Do not pay attention about worries, it harm one to a great extent. Try to implement the positive proverbs in your practical life. Example: be careful so that your milk does not drop down but should not repent much if drops at all. Likewise don't worry but accept your fate. Where there is a problem, there is a solution. So, it is meaningless to worry. Keep your mind always cheerful, kick away gloominess whenever it approaches you. Your worries will go away if you avoid thinking too much about something. Your worries, excitement and anxieties will be lessened to a great extent if you relax your whole body. Frustration will go away from your mind if you can avoid self-centered attitude and bring a sense of delight in your mind. Our efforts for welfare activities can only relieve us from our worries about our future development. Men receive most restlessness voluntarily and self-lie arrange elements of those. Millions of animals have been living in the world in peace. The imposed thoughts are sands of imagination. Our worries and anxieties will flee away if we merge our entities with the nature. The night of life is about to dawn, the dawn of death is arrived. How long you will be complain about want repeatedly. To leave past is by change location. Forget your past. The liability of previous thought have to be taken by past. The future is called possibility, in the long run which is the future and there is nothing to fear, is fact. The future when that will come you know it. Before that forgot that. Do not think that tomorrow will frustrate you, let it come. Whether tools of logic are equipped, then what is reason of thought? We cannot bring forward the yesterday. The tomorrow is our winning and defeat. There is only one way to calculate the possibility of our future progress, that is to acquire the power of creativity. They tell of future who are cowards, who are brave and wise they live at present. Don't waste your time thinking about your past days. Don't keep on dreaming about your future, but keep on working keeping your present plans ahead.